Anyway, I realized that I only respect one from one baby mama where she told me pretty much that she was looking for me in other dudes or what I went through with her and put her through. And I'm an educational nigga. I don't be in no relationship to let a woman like drive me and me not direct on life. Cause it's kind of be like that, like a man. We really here to survive and die, thrive for the woman who becomes a wife that we love in life. On life, y'all like them rhymes, don't like they rhyme. Well, I'm gonna say that's right, but anyway, get off all that. Yeah, I learned this shit from another baby mama, pretty much, where she was telling me that the nigga that she deal with remind me of her. I mean, remind her of me. That's what she said. That like he remind me of you. This is it. I'm damn, that's crazy. And then try to flip it like, nah, that ain't what I no, that's what you said. So understanding that. You can't how do you flip that? You can't flip it. And I understood that shit dealing with just past things to where I've always like I've been like that since I was fucking a teenager, excuse my language, because I had a dad who had me at 51 and all this nigga talked in my ear all my damn life was educational shit. When I was young, I didn't want to hear it, but as I got older, understood it on life, appreciated the whole night. My dad is my best friend in spirit and in understanding. And we didn't have conversations too, where my dad never acknowledged, because you don't acknowledge. My dad was a prideful man, but he would never acknowledge, like, oh, you taught me something. It's been times where I had to teach my dad shit to be 100 and he shut up in argumentative tones, and then tones that he already knew he couldn't piss me off anymore because my dad was an antagonist. He done that to all the kids. He talked shit and all that, and that was his pain. Couldn't nobody break it down, but I understood it before he passed. And it was really, nigga, that's what it is. You got your heart broken, and he confessed that to me. I'm like, it broke his heart, boy. On life, he took a lot of anger out on kids, boy. On life, especially me. I went through the worst. But I had to understand it. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this my daddy tripping, talking and stirring me up and pissing me off and really making me mad. As a kid, I was angry and all that, but like older, I understood. But he taught me so many valuable things, and I take a lot of that stuff into relationships. Not his voice, but the voice of understanding how to operate as the kid that I am of his on life. So, I heard my baby mama say, nigga she dealing with remind me, remind her of me. I'm like, okay, I understand. Nip it on the bud, that's what it is. So, you still out there. We'll never get back together though. Man, this particular baby mama, it just won't be that. It'll always be a neutral ground and respect. I did build a new foundation of caring for her. And I used to think about it when I was young, like, okay, if she passed away, would I care about her and all that? And I used to be like, no, like there ain't no love in it. I would only feel sad because our child would cry if that happened. Scenario best planning and whatnot. If the worst could happen, because she was living an active life at that particular point in time where it's like no thought processes on anything, and it's so many vulnerabilities because it's a fast life, and who knows like how they can present. You could die and all that. So it was that and a whole bunch of other things. But yeah, now I'm like, okay, she tell me a couple things where I don't have that mindset no more. So slow down is different, where the processes that I would have for her come from a caring heart. But at the same time, we'll never get back together on life. That's just what it is. But I learned in that situation. I feel like it honestly kind of made her feel some type of way because it's like women don't like to. They don't like. They always want to improve. Niggas do the same thing too. Like they don't want you. Like they don't want to expose nothing in the next man. Because a woman to sit up there and get with the next man so slickly and secretly and try to prep you to be the man that she wants you to be whole time dealing with her ex. I seen this with the chick that I was dealing with when I tell stories about the chick I was dealing with when my dad was alive. That chick, I watched her literally have a nigga trying my water. I got a screen recording of this nigga. And I'm talking about like, that's not embarrassing. One of the things I did, because like, a nigga that said I ain't crash out, because that ain't the crash out, but I look crazy. I remember talking to that chick like, I put his picture up next to my mom and my daddy and a poster my mom put up because it's like you dealing with me in this household. I only deal with you. And you playing me inside this household. This is my childhood home. My dad said you see him on the hospital bed and all that. And I put a recorder in her car, catch her up on how she talking about this other nigga that's in here in jail. He run a good game on her. He ran so much game on her. All I could run was understanding in the life process, bitch. Your stress is at hand for what it was. I can't give you all them good facade ass conversations on, like, I wish I could do this, because he in a situation where he in jail. He in a long distance situation. So they conversation is intellectual, it's imagination, it's miles to be ran. Where you at? Where you on jail at, babe? Ooh, you say you can't wait. Oh my God, I can imagine myself in that cell with you and you doing that. He probably told her all type of good shit. She had to be bitch putting money on the nigga bucks. I got a true story to her. I'm going a little bit off track. I don't care if it don't affect me no more, but I had ate her out the night before. The night, well, it was like it might have been some hours later, or it might have been the next day. I'm talking about good sleep. She was loving it. Sent that nigga $100 cash out the next day. And it taught me the lesson like, damn, you eat a bitch out. That's what I used to say to myself, damn. You self talk to yourself. Myself, like, damn, nigga, eat a bitch out. She sent a nigga $100 cash out. I ain't mad at myself. I'm mad on both sides. Cause myself mad at myself. Like, damn, you really went to that. Eat a bitch, but you sent a nigga $100 cash out. I'm over there fucked up. I brought that up to her, but I ain't bringing it down. I'm like, damn, like, I just, that night, I'm going over all type of, I just went through some transactions around that motherfucker. What's that you put me through? I was mad though, but, ain't nobody gonna hurt the chick, Could have went there, but it wasn't that because it was real genuine love on the line. No, she didn't respect me and whatnot, but, even more time, but we don't get into all that. But anyways, going with her, I learned like, okay, when the relationship officially broke off, this nigga was in jail. He ended up getting out about 3 months later, August, September, October, November, August. He got out in November. I broke up with her officially August, and I was telling her like, nah, cause he get out in 5 years, it's gonna be a problem, And it started when I fresh hit my 30, and I was trying to tell her like, I don't want to go through this. No, when I was 31, but I was saying I'm in my 30s. I don't want to go for this, like the next 5 years, because we was already in a relationship at that time, 4 or 5 years. So, I was used to mapping stuff out, predicting shit. Some of it had to do with the present, but most of it had to do with a projection of understanding I already been dealing with BS from her. And I just got smarter at catching on because I was sober minded at the time. I ended up back drinking and whatnot. But that soberness, my minds were full of clarity to where I pinpointed shit. You're gonna give me an ultimatum. If I don't stop asking questions, she gonna leave. She did all that. Family didn't know what was going on. I'm just a bad guy. I'm delusional. I'm crazy. I'm all this. Girl, I'm asking you questions about bullshit that's presented in this fucking relationship where I'm supposed to love you in on life. Focus on a whole bunch of shit, taking on your stresses, all that. But it is what it is. But anyway, the nigga ended up getting out. Months later, I had already left, and he got out. Maybe he got out. Actually, I figured out uh, weeks earlier before I ended up leaving that state. And when I look back, I'm like, damn, that's God, because it's like, B100. Like I should tell her certain shit where it's like, you know, ugly shit was ugly. I ain't gonna get into all that, but I used to tell her a whole bunch of shit. But anyway, he ended up getting out. I found out. And then I got the last laugh because I started seeing the nigga in my shit. He rocking my sweater. Gave her ass this damn sweater. I bought a sweater and shit. Gave her that. He rocking my sweater. The shorts. He wore some shorts, and I'm like, I think those are my shorts. Um, I ain't seen no drawers of mine, but I know for sure she had a basket because she took everything. That's what's like. Women don't understand the disrespect. Like they'll get with a man, not all women, but women in this case, they'll get with a man and disrespect him. Like I see my cover in the video, looking at his shit. I'm like, well, actually, it was her cover, and I realized too. And I'm like, damn, wait, that's the cover she had with her ex. And I used to try to tell her, like, like, yeah, they want me doing this right, but they don't give a fuck. Cause they want the new nigga to be better than the last. They'll take the past of the old nigga into the newest relationship and utilize his energy into the next nigga. Because okay, I learned too in my relationship, my past one, she was looking for something better than me, but she was looking for everything of me, but then him do something different. So she put him through everything that he didn't know how to act or what she wanted of me to be that. This nigga doing the same shit, he cooking the same fucking meals. She going to the store with him buying the same cereal. I see the video, I hear the tone, I see the outfits, I see him recording her to where she got a facade that like, oh, don't have me on camera because she know I was looking. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck going on. Where the heart that I love, well, the love of my heart really, because I was the love motherfucker. I was the one who put the energy out and all that shit. But it is, but my energy is still circle around all that. Bam, I see all that. I'm like, damn, okay. And then that's when I start seeing shit present. I'm like, damn, he on camera. Babe want me to try this water. What's this, babe? pH balanced water. It was this pH water brand. Boy, I put her on that. But I was switching my shit up to be on new shit because we done broke up. I'm like, because I don't like holding on to, the past and shit and whatnot. That is what it be. Get rid of all that. I got rid of a whole bunch of shit, even outside of her. A lot of stuff with my dad and whatnot. Everything like damn, like all his shirts, outfits. All I got is one main jacket where I'm at that my dad wore, and I wore that. I got on the plane with that. I got on the plane with the thoughts that I had of ignorance for, a childhood friend who had intentions of murder for me. And I got my dad's cane, in my little corner where I sleep at on mine. This my dad cane, boy. Got this, and I walk. People probably thought I was handicapped walking with this damn cane. I was mobbing with it. I was also doing weird shit too, to where I like just the spirit of what I seen my dad, his same walk. I was doing that same goddamn walk, boy. All that, cause at that time I was so messed up mentally. Where I was like, damn, it's my dad. And at that time, like all on my mind was murder from B100, and I had to balance through like thoughts and all that and everything, because my mind was sick. But it was more so like, I could die in this, and I'd rather be that over somebody, me hurting somebody. But would that happen? Yeah, motherfucker get lucky on life. But other than that, it's viciousness, and then the way I have my life set up, which is still set up like that, but it's organized and, kind of chilled out and whatnot. But, you know, that's all I got of my dad, just that cane and a jacket. I think one shirt, because I remember I wore a shirt, and I got a pair of his sweatpants. I wore that. I wore an outfit of his. I just had my drawers on and my skin and thoughts underneath, but I was like, stressing, couldn't sleep, mad. I used to wake up down there about to bite my goddamn lip off because I used to go to sleep, clenched up like that, mad. I don't do that now. I'm able to sleep peacefully. I used to jerk in my sleep, mad. I used to wake up like jerk, like so. I'm talking about an ugly type of anger and all that. So that's sort of it. Why not? It is what it is. Learn type stuff, but yeah. So I got my old man, good memory. But done with the chick, she was playing me, and I had to look back because, honest to God, I was going through my phone the other day, and I'm like, damn, I don't have nothing documented. I was going through my Google photos. I'm like, I don't see nothing in 2022. I don't see nothing in 2023. I did record stuff on the phone that I had where I had so much documentation of her and all of that. My phone ended up crashing, and I don't even matter. It don't even bother me anymore because I'm like, shit, I don't really want to go through that because I'll be tripping. I went through the videos, those recordings, and all that. I got the main recordings on another phone from pretty much everything that happened before my dad died. But I know a lot of the shit that I had on this other phone which don't work no more. Like it was after my dad had died, like like the real pain. But I was looking back, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even cry with her when my dad died. Like the day he died, I couldn't cry without her. But like it was something that I never thought about till I reflected on. Like, damn, wait, I didn't even cry after he died. I couldn't. My heart wasn't gonna let me cry around her and boo hoo. Cause when I did it the first time, that was the first time I thought I was gonna lose my dad and all that. We was together and stuff, and that was crazy. But I got to organize like that. I was getting played for years, bullshit, and a whole bunch of things. So when he died, I didn't get to cry. And then I put two and two together, going through a shit like, oh, you was dealing with the nigga. The worst. It ain't the worst. It was not definitely not the worst. The funny thing is that from my birthday back in 2023, when my dad died, to the day he died, the nigga started calling on the day of my birthday and would not stop calling her all throughout that day. Every single day from my birthday till the day my dad died, this man that she dealt with calling every day. Then he calls that day that my dad died, but he called around 12. Literally every damn day calling out to the day. And I had all this shit pictured. I might got another phone. I got like 8, 9 phones. I don't know if I have it on the other phone, but bam, calling. And the day my dad died, he called at 12 that evening. My dad, I ended up getting a phone call around 6. Tell the doctor to do resuscitation measures. The doctor telling me like, oh, like he's back. Probably because he heard your voice and all that. But it make me mad when I look back because it's like, damn, like I'm sitting up here dealing with a heartbreak that I'm sticking around. Where like she didn't give a fuck about my dad. She didn't tell me I would go up there. She didn't care, and I learned that after he passed when she was still in the house. Where I caught it to where she used to always say for years, like, oh, we were so good until your dad got sick. And it went over my head where I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we good, babe, and all this shit. It wasn't until after my dad passed that she said that same shit. And then her best friend came over, and I'm telling her to clean the bathroom because it's like, that's your friend. She coming over, clean the bathroom, like have it in case she gotta use the restroom. I'm trying to be considerate. She ain't gonna do that. And then when her best friend come in, they go to the back of the, they go to the kitchen. Her best friend, the house all hoarded up because my dad was a hoarder. And her best friend's like, oh, I like the kitchen. No, it's more bigger than mine. The house ain't looking all too pretty. The paint job ain't good. It's all type of shit on the wall. But she said that, man, the chick I'm dealing with say, when she asked her best friend, she said to the chick I'm dealing with, she said, yeah, y'all went to the back yet? She said, no, ain't nobody, like, fucking go back there. Like, all that shit back there. This is junky. And I'm sitting up there like, yo, like, you been in this house for months. Like, my dad's dead. Like, who are you talking about? So like she's talking about the energy of my dad type shit. Like that's his way, He made it to the '80s type shit, But it's all good though. It's all good though. Man, it's all good though. But I was sitting there like, damn, see that makes sense. You ain't caring then it just clicked afterwards, like damn, like it's pretty much like who it's gonna be, me or your dad type shit. But she didn't say it like that. My dad ended up being fucked up. Like who to say? But she was a selfish person. She ain't give a fuck about my dad, even though she said all that fake shit. Oh, I like your dad. He treats me like family. He makes me feel more like a daughter than my own, family. And all that, like, man, shut the fuck up. All that shit was bullshit. You ain't respect none of that shit. She used to come with fake scenarios. Your dad can kick me out any day. She was a chick that I dealt with who just wanted to be separated. She's a person who like whatever she went through in life made her feel so vulnerable that her aggressiveness is to never be in that situation, but she has to continually deal with that in every form of life till she gets to her peace, you know? And I had to pray over that shit, like real talk, like really pray to God, honestly. Even when before we went our separate ways, that her life be blessed, she be able to like just to afford life and everything and like be protected, I used to pray over her heavily, even after bro, I don't do it now. You go through your own phase of life. And that was even before the nigga that she dealt with. Well, I'm sitting there reality, I'm like, damn, this nigga supposed to get out in 5 years type shit. I don't want to go through this shit in the future. I'm close to 40. Now I'm only 32. I ain't close to 40 yet, but I ain't trying to go to that shit, but for everything I just say to be correct, and then, she also disrespected me with the same man while my dad was, bedridden, and my dad never knew because I never spoke about it. And, I wouldn't want to hear my dad mouth on that on life because I know my dad would have felt some type of way if I was like, like, damn, like, if I even brought up, like, yeah, like, I went out with her today, like, I'm sitting there trying to get you because the way I express it to my dad, like, it's going to be that, like, it's very detailed. I'm sitting up here asking you to eat this morning. You ain't eating, but my dad already sick in the state. Like, I'm telling you, to eat this morning, whatnot. And my dad ain't trying to eat because he all effed up, feeling some type of way about other things because they got him through these procedures and all that. But, I'm telling you to eat. You drink a couple of sips of water from me. You tell me to be safe. You know, I take the battery out of the car. And if I was to tell my dad that shit and he gave me a star on me, what would it be? And I'm glad that it didn't happen like that because I don't want even want to be in that situation. I know the anger around it though, because I always had anger around the disrespect, but I never gave an answer to it. Like she apologized, forgave her for what it was, 100%. Like I never in my life, I'm talking about as soon as she say I apologize on my life, I let that shit go. I'm like, and it's like, damn, I'm going to like. So what? You think you can just tell me you apologize and then on top of that you yelling at me? I already apologized. Get over it. Get over what? You talking about? Alright. So there's a whole bunch of shit. But if I explain that day of when she disrespected me, yeah, we talking about hours on the line. We talking about death hidden from my dad to where, you know, trying to make sure he good. But her matters. It seemed like mattered the most. She went only talked to my dad like 3 times. Like she was just there for the comfort of having a place to stay that was more easy, even though she was stressed out everywhere she went type shit. But you got a nigga who operate off love, so it could have been anybody, honestly, but it was her on life, and like maybe somebody else would appreciate it if they went to that situation, but she ain't appreciating it yet. But it is what it is, you live and learn in life. I'm over it because at first I was so fucked up. Like now I can't even think about my dad without thinking about her. But you know what's crazy? I don't think about her no more. Like last night I went through all night having dreams about other things, and then my dad is separated. But I used to think like, and I thought that was gonna be a forever thing. So I was like, damn, like, cause she was playing me up until my dad died. Then my dad died, she was still playing me, type shit. Like I'm gonna think about that forever, cause it's like, damn, she was playing me. It went like, cause when I used to think about my dad was that, but I can't even explain how I got separated. There's no attachment to you going about your life. You can't, don't call me. You ever see this video? Kick fleas. Kick rocks, flea. I mean, you don't like. Instead, I used to wish the best for you. I don't wish nothing upon your life or nothing on life. Hopefully you don't end up on drugs or nothing. But if you do, I ain't my goddamn problem. But, I had set up certain shit, in my mind to where it's like, because she had a brother that ended up homeless. So it's like, all my fight hards were for that. And my fight hards took off too. Like a little bit before my dad ended up passing, I was doing good in life and whatnot. And then it's like life kind of went through some things with me to where it's like now, well, I was gonna go off the grid. It was a whole bunch of shit, crash outs, all type of things to where I was in a mode of thinking, um, of the most horrible thing that I keep a person mind idolized to focus on negativity, pretty much. So, it's like now getting up out of that, I'm getting out of that, getting better, letting things go, and still gonna be structured and whatnot going forward. But, not to play with nothing, but then understanding too as life is going on, where would be my position in this whole world for me to sit at a table to where if anybody went over the table and they see me seated, what my life been through is understandable because they can see it for what it is, and not to be in a position to where, I build hatred up in communities or anything, So I don't want to be in positions where I'm disrespecting people or anything like that. And I don't want to be in a position either to where I'm disrespected. I'd rather be protected, because if it turns life or death, I'd rather be in the righteous position. If I had to, be in that thought process of what I have to do, and I end up doing that to where, it's no, guilt in that. But anyway, we be all going through life on life. We gonna keep going through, and everybody gotta be beautiful on life, be protected. We ain't trying to be dealing with too much anger. I'm trying to look at my notifications, but we ain't trying to be too angry and whatnot on life. Anyways, I'm out there on life.